saying goes. Why we need to eat well? The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations gives emphasis on its nutritional nodes. Why we need to eat well. Good meals or eating good food, especially with family and friends, is one of the pleasures of life. We all know that people who eat healthy, balanced diets are likely to have plenty of energy to work and enjoy themselves. We'll have fewer infections and other illnesses. Children who eat well usually grow well. Women who eat well are likely to produce healthy babies. That is why it is important to know which combinations of foods make good meals and what the different food needs to be different members of the family are. The foods and nutrients. Foods provide nutrients so we can grow and be active and healthy. A food is something that provides nutrients. Nutrients are substances that provide energy for activity, growth, and all functions of the body, such as breathing, digesting food, and keeping warm. Materials for the growth and repair of the body and for keeping the immune system healthy. There are many different nutrients. We divide them into micro and macro. Micro or small nutrients that we need in a small amounts. There are many of these, but the ones most likely to be lacking in the diet are minerals like iron, iodine, and zinc. Vitamins like vitamin A, B group, and vitamin C. The macro or big nutrients that we need in large amount includes carbohydrates or the starches, sugars, and dietary fiber. Fats, there are several kinds of this, and proteins. There are hundreds of different proteins. Fats, fatty acids, and cholesterol. Fats and oils provide a concentrated source of energy and the essential fatty acids needed for growth and health. They aid the absorption of some vitamins such as vitamin A and improve the taste of meals. Some fatty and oily foods contain important vitamins. Fats and oils contain different fat nutrients. These include unsaturated fatty acids, saturated fatty acids, trans fatty acids, and cholesterol. Unsaturated fatty acids, two of the unsaturated fatty acids are called essential fatty acids because the body cannot make them. They are needed for building cells, especially the cells of the brain and nervous system. Unsaturated fatty acids contain a group called omega-3 fatty acids, which help to protect the body from heart diseases. Examples of foods containing mainly unsaturated fatty acids are most vegetable oils, ground nuts, soybeans, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, and other oil seeds, oily fishes, and avocados. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids are oily, seafish, and some seeds and pulses such as linseed and soybeans. Saturated fatty acids. Examples of foods containing mainly saturated fatty acids are butter, ghee, lard cooking fat, whole milk, cheese, fats from meats, and meat products like sausages, and poultry, red palm oil, and coconuts. Trans fatty acids. When vegetable oils are processed to make them harder, example for the use in margarine and other solid fats, some of the unsaturated fatty acids are changed into trans fatty acids. These behave like saturated fatty acids. We should eat as little of the foods containing trans fatty acids as possible. Examples of foods containing trans fatty acids are margarine and lard or shortening, fried foods such as chips, French fries, and others. Commercially fried foods such as donuts, as well as baked goods, biscuits, cakes, and ice creams. For cholesterol, cholesterol is found only in animal foods, but the body can make it from other fat nutrients. We need some cholesterol for our bodies to grow and function properly. There are two kinds of cholesterol in the blood. The high level of good cholesterol, or the high density lipoprotein, seem to reduce the risk of the heart disease. Eating foods containing mainly unsaturated fatty acids tends to increase the level of good cholesterol. Another one is the high levels of bad cholesterol, the low density lipoprotein, seem to increase the risk of heart disease also. Eating foods containing mainly saturated fats tends to increase the level of bad cholesterol. Fat needs. Fat needs are expressed as percent of total energy needs. The percent of total energy that should come from fat in a healthy, balanced diet is 30 to 40% for children on complementary feeding and up to the age of 2 years, 15 to 30% for older children, and most adults. For active adults, up to 35% is acceptable. At least 20% up to 30% for women of reproductive age, ranging from 15 years old to 45 years old. This means that diet of a woman of reproductive age who needs approximately 2,400 kilocalories per day should contain about 480 to 720 kilocalories from fat or oil. This is equivalent to 53 to 80 grams of pure oil, or about 11 to 16 level teaspoons. Part of the fat in the diet is not added in the kitchen at home, but is hidden in foods such as meat, milk, ground nuts, and oilseeds, as well as fried foods. Fats and health. It is recommended that less than 1/3 of the fat in the diet is in the form of saturated fatty acids. Red palm oil and coconut oil are foods rich in saturated fatty acids, but unlike other foods, they do not seem to increase the risk of coronary heart disease. Moderate intake of coconut, for instance, seems to be acceptable, providing other foods high in saturated fats are eaten as little as possible. This is particularly true where the overall lifestyle lessens the risk of heart disease. Such a lifestyle could, for example, be one with a high physical activity level, high intake of fish, vegetables, and root crops, low intake of salt, and little or no use of tobacco or alcohol. Red palm oil is also a good source of other important nutrients, such as vitamin A and vitamin E. Ideally, trans fatty acids should provide less than 1% of the total energy intake, or not more than 2 grams for most adults. For many families, this means they should, when possible, eat more of the foods rich of unsaturated fatty acids, foods from plants and oily sea fish, less of the foods high in saturated fatty acids, and much less for the foods high in trans fatty acids. We have to remember that foods rich in unsaturated fatty acids are better for the health of the heart than foods of high saturated or trans fatty acid. I hope you learned something today. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and click the bell button for more video updates. Keep sharing, because power is gained by sharing knowledge, not by hoarding it. God bless and stay safe, everyone.